Karbi Anglong on edge as land protest turns violent. Hunger strike detention spark unrest across Karbi Hills. Protesters torch KAAC chief's residence amid escalation. Karbi Anglong saw a sharp escalation of events today as a land rights protest that had been ongoing took a turn for the worse and became a hotspot of violence and priority for politicians. From a hunger strike staged on behalf of the people of Karbi over illegal occupation of their land to clashes and injuries that prompted damage control by a government that had to intervene on behalf of that land, everything happened rather quickly. Root causes of the unrest are found in the area of Keruni, where members of the Karbi community have been demanding an eviction of the so-called illegal settlers from the village grazing reserves and professional grazing reserves. These are governed by the sixth schedule intended for the protection of the rights of the indigenous population in Karbi Anglong. On December 6, the hunger strike was launched by representatives of the community at Falangpi. The protest was peaceful for the initial 16 days but gradually became violent due to the lack of response from the authorities and the weakening health of the demonstrators. However, things took a drastic turn when the protest leader Litsong Rongfa and 9 others who were participating in a hunger strike were arrested by the administration. This incident served as a catalyst to the reaction that followed as enormous crowds gathered, roads were occupied, vehicles were damaged, and so forth. The protest procession then moved to Tongkamokam, which is the constituency of Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council Chief Tuliram Ronghang. With the number of protesters swelling, it became difficult to control. Blank firing had to be done to control them. However, this only enraged them. Police used blank firing as clashes leave several injured. Illegal settler eviction demand at core of 6th schedule row. Government steps in as tripartite talks scheduled December 26th. A faction of protesters marched towards the residence of the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council chief, setting it on fire. The clashes resulted in 3 protesters, a policeman, and a CRPF Jawan getting hurt, showing how quickly the situation got out of hand. As the violence began to flare and the hunger strike's conditions began to deteriorate, the Assam state government finally stepped in. Cabinet Minister Ranoj Pego made a visit to the protest venue, appealed to the protesters to call off the hunger strike as their medical conditions are failing, and promised them discussion rather than force. With this assurance, the agitators agreed to withdraw their hunger strike. The government declared that a tripartite meeting would be held, including the Assam government and the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. With the hunger strike now over, this meeting, scheduled for the 26th of December and under the chairmanship of Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma, has now assumed importance for the return of normalcy. The question of land rights, though, remains a matter that remains far from resolved, and Karbi Anglong remains for the moment at a stalemate, waiting and hoping that communication, rather than the crimes of delay and detention, succeeds. News Desk reports such the reality.
বিয়া জন্মদিন বা আপোনাৰ যিকোনো বিশেষ অনুষ্ঠানৰ বাবে ওয়ান ষ্টপ সলিউশন এম্বিয়েন্স বেংকুৱেটছ আপোনাৰ প্ৰতিটো অনুষ্ঠানৰ বাবে এটা শ্ৰেষ্ঠ স্থান গুৱাহাটীজ ফাইনেষ্ট এণ্ড লাক্সাৰিয়াছ বেংকুৱেট হল এম্বিয়েন্স বেংকুৱেটছ perfect for every celebration. For booking, contact 7099013417 or visit 5th floor above Reliance Centro, RG Burwa Road, Guwahati.